Hare Krishna. Association of pure devotee is the essence of life. Even when once Lord Krishna asked Lord Shiva what he wants, then Lord Shiva replied that I want association of your devotees. Even Dhruva Maharaj, he went to forest to achieve a higher kingdom than his father. But ultimately, when he achieved the success to have darshana of Lord Narayana, then he came to know that these material achievements are actually like a dream. So what he asked to Lord Narayana, I want association of your pure devotees. So today we are discussing about Dhritarashtra, who is convinced by Vidura to leave his home and walk on the path of liberation. Till now, Dhritarashtra was not ready to leave his home because he was so used to a comfortable materialistic life. We know now war is over, Kurukshetra war, and the reason of Kurukshetra war is only and only Dhritarashtra, we can say. Why? Because at that time Dhritarashtra was the king of Bharatavarsha. If he desire, he could do anything. Like he could stop Draupadi's disrespect in front of everyone. He could stop his son by making a plan to kill Pandavas and by taking their wealth, etc. But he did not do that because his eyes was blind by birth, it's okay, but his vision was also blind by the attachment to his family, especially Duryodhana. Otherwise, Gandhari Mata always counsel him, suggest him good things, but he could not receive. That's why when greediness overcomes our mind, we don't listen to even the best well-wisher. This is the example, Dhritarashtra. His greed was so much overpowered to make his son king, or he wanted to become a king, that he just don't want to compromise with his greed, and he is the reason why this Mahabharata war happened. So you can see that Dhritarashtra is the scion of the family Ajamidha. Ajamidha is a king. About him in Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, 9th canto, 22nd chapter, mentioned about descendants of Ajamidha. Actually, he is the 6th generation of King Bharat. Bharat is, the son of Shakuntala and Dushyanta. So in that dynasty. So Dhritarashtra actually belonged to a great dynasty, and he brought up with Pandu Vidura together. He got the same education. So even we get same education from childhood, then also as per our intentions, as per our attitude, our character is built. Nobody can help in that. Our teachers can give good knowledge to us, parents can give good knowledge to us, but if we don't implement that by taking pain to become a good, strong charactered person, then nobody can help. And Dhritarashtra was that. Otherwise, Vidura also got the same education, and Vidura is such a pure devotee of Lord Krishna. Vidura always suggested good thing to Dhritarashtra, but Dhritarashtra was not listening. And now Dhritarashtra lost his 100 son, even Duryodhana. And now he is under shelter of Pandava. And we all know Pandavas are very dear to Krishna and pure devotee of Krishna. Though Dhritarashtra was staying with Pandava, but Pandavas are also pure devotee, right? But he was actually not observing a pure devotee's life and not learning from them. He was just living a luxurious life because Pandavas are very nice person. Even they knew that Dhritarashtra did all plan to kill them. Still, they kept Dhritarashtra like their own father. Every morning Yudhishthira goes to Dhritarashtra's palace, worship his feet, like that. So much respect given by Pandavas. This is the great quality of a devotee. Though someone may think them enemy, but they consider no one as their enemy. They know all are part and parcel of Lord Krishna. But Dhritarashtra now was actually strongly forced by Vidura. Vidura is a pure devotee, and Dhritarashtra is strongly forced that why you are wasting your time of this human life. Already wasted so many. And you now old person, you at least now you should go for the path of liberation so that you can practice and you can liberate from this death birth circle. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st canto, 13th chapter, 29 shloka, we can see that now Dhritarashtra firmly convinced by real knowledge. Why? Because now Dhritarashtra listened to Vidura. An association of pure devotee is so powerful that immediately our heart become cleansed. Now Dhritarashtra is convinced by the real knowledge given by Vidura. An association of devotees means what? Means we should listen to those pure devotees who are practicing Krishna consciousness so nicely. And if we listen to them, what they will speak? They are not going to speak, okay, you do for something for me, my sense gratification, I want all of your money. No, not like that. Pure devotees are interested only and only in Krishna consciousness. So pure devotees says, whatever they speak about Krishna. And when from pure devotee we hear Krishna, then what happens? Our heart become cleansed. We can understand the spiritual knowledge. We get convinced. So now Dhritarashtra get convinced, firmly convinced. And he broke attachment by determination. We are very much attached to our body, our family, our wealth, our everything. But this attachment is not good attachment. Attachment to material world gives unlimited sufferings. But attachment, if we can develop to Lord Krishna and his devotees, brings unlimited happiness. Even in this lifetime, we can live a blissful and peaceful life. So now Dhritarashtra broke the attachment by determination. So we need the determination actually. If we are not determined, then we cannot implement. For example, some people, they have Shraddha. Shraddha means faith on God. And some people, though they have Shraddha, but they are not interested to hear about this real knowledge. They have Shraddha, but they are not going to the step to real knowledge. And some people, devotees we can say, they have Shraddha and they have Jnana also. Jnana means faith and knowledge, both they are having, because they are listening to devotees, but they are not having desire to do that. Spriha means desire. So if they are not having desire, then how one can execute the things? For example, somebody wants to establish a new business. He wants all result, good money, good position, good respect from society, but he has no desire to work. Then how it will happen? Utsaha is very important. And some people, they have faith, they have knowledge, they have desire also. For example, we know that we need to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra 16 times in a day. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We have knowledge, we have faith on the Maha Mantra also. We have strong desire also. I want to chant 16 rounds. But we are not even taking the beads and chanting. It's called chesta, effort. We are not putting effort. We are suffering from procrastination. Tomorrow we'll do, tomorrow we'll do, tomorrow we'll do. Or we are suffering from laziness. Laziness overpowered us. We are not able to overcome. Then also, we cannot relish the sweetness of this real knowledge. We cannot understand this knowledge. We cannot realize this knowledge. Vedic science is the ultimate science. To understand Vedic science, we need to practice like an army, Army is very disciplined. So we should be very disciplined. We should practice, and then we can realize. If you want to know the taste of a Rasagulla, you need to eat the Rasagulla. Then we can explain to others very nicely. But if we have very good knowledge and we are explaining, but we never taste it, then that will be not perfect. Perfect speech or perfect knowledge. So we can see now Dhritarashtra, by the association of Vidura, because now he listened to Vidura very carefully and broke the attachment by determination. Determination is very important. For example, we are taking resolution that I will wake up in the morning and I will chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. But if we don't have determination, we can't do that. Because in every morning, the mind will say, what will happen? Just sleep now. You are feeling so tired. Like that. But once we start to wake up on the time and we keep chanting sincerely, seriously, then Krishna helps us. God helps those who help themselves. So we need to help ourselves by putting our effort with determination. And now Dhritarashtra is leaving home to set out on the path of liberation. For Dhritarashtra, it was must to leave home, because for whole life he was not able to practice devotional service. But those who are bhakti yogis, they are at home or they are at forest or they are wherever they are, they practice Krishna consciousness. So for them, it is not compulsory to leave home. But Dhritarashtra is leaving because if he is staying here, he is not able to concentrate on the path of liberation. So Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stressed on the importance of association of sadhu. It's very important. Who is sadhu? First we need to know this, because the normal public, the innocent public, they think whoever wore saffron color dress and they are out of their house and they are sadhu. They may be and they may not be. Definition of sadhu from Srimad Bhagavatam is Who is completely surrendered to Lord Krishna, he is sadhu. Who is doing Ananya Bhakti to Lord Krishna, he is sadhu. We need to associate with this kind of sadhu. Then we will not get exploited by any sadhu. That's why it is said, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastrikay, Love Matra, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Hai. Love means if 1 second is divided by 11 is equal to 1 love. That much little time also, if we can have sadhu sangha, it's a great benefit in our life. So that's why even somebody, sadhu means Vaishnavas, so even someone serving Vaishnava for a little time, he get the great benefits by mercy of Lord Krishna, because Vaishnavas are very dear to Lord Krishna, because they are selflessly trying to preach and teach people about going back to Godhead, to become free from this material struggle. So now I'm going to tell one story of a very big sinner. He did in his whole life only sense gratifications and lots of sins. And obviously after that he went to Yamloka. Then Yamraj is asking Chitragupta about his record. Then Chitragupta is saying this sin, that sin, explaining the sins what he has done. So Yamraj asked, any punya karma he did, any good deed he did? Then Chitragupta is saying, then once there was a heavy rain, and at that time one Vaishnava was passed through his home. Then he asked for to stay for a while, because it was very heavily rained, and he wanted shelter for till rain stops. Then this person gave him shelter to the Vaishnava. And then Yamraja asked, okay, now you are having only this much punya, so you want to suffer your wrong deeds first in Yamloka, or you want to go for your good deeds, that punya, you gave shelter to a Vaishnava when it's raining heavily. Then the person, he was intelligent, he said, I want to get the punya first, so what will be the benefit I will get? Then Yamraja said, actually because of your karma you should enter in animal kingdom, and you should be in the Yamloka, in Naraka for thousands of years. But because you served a Vaishnava for some time, you gave shelter, so you will get one human life because of this good deed. So that soul got a human life again, one chance again. But he remembered what happened in Yamloka by Krishna's mercy. Krishna is so merciful. Whoever helped Vaishnavas, he gives them his mercy. And then he thought, for some moments I gave shelter to a Vaishnava, and that too coincidentally, I had no intention. He came and he asked, and I said, okay, no problem. And that much small thing gave me a human life again after doing so much of sin. So this life I will dedicate to serve only Vaishnavas. So this decision of his removed all his sins forever. Because if we serve Vaishnava, we are actually having sadhu sangha. And if we are having sadhu sangha, we are actually serving Lord Krishna by chanting, by reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, by hearing lectures from them. So it's a great opportunity. So there are 4 kinds of association we should take care of, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is stressing upon again and again on association of pure devotees. Pure devotees means who are serving Krishna under authentic spiritual master without any deviation. Vyavasayatmika buddhi. They are fixed on Krishna's service. So there are 4 kinds of association. 3 kinds of association should be rejected. One association is association with dead matters. Like people get attached to the dead matters, material things like phones or like some car, home, or like weapon, like that. And they become so much attached that they getting the material association from that thing. For example, I'm giving one small story of a sadhu. He left home and he went to forest just to uh, live a spiritual life. But once one army came to his place and asked shelter, then sadhu said, no, I am not going to associate with any material person, so you please take shelter of somewhere else. That he said that I'm very tired, I want to sleep. Then he said, you can sleep anywhere in forest. Then he said, but I have this weapon, talwar, so I want to keep it in your ashram. Rest I will take care of myself and I will rest in forest. Army man went and he never came. Then sadhu got attracted to that weapon and he started playing with that weapon. And sometimes when he go to forest to collect the flowers or wood, he took the talwar and he cut the things. And once one snake was been cut by him, and then he said, okay, no problem, snake is anyways poisonous, so it's not problem. Then one day one cat, he killed one cat, and like that he become a murderer. But he justified it because dead matter association is also very dangerous. Nowadays we can see that so much association with mobile and so much videos watching every day, and it's like in our fingertips. So it's a very dangerous association. Actually, it's a great prevention to progress in spiritual path. So we should limit it. As much we need, that much we should use it. It should not overpower us. Second association, second kind of association is animal association. If we keeping cow in our house, that is fine. But now people are in city, in flats, they cannot keep cows, but they are keeping dogs, cats, or maybe some people are taking rats and snake also, tiger also. Some people are different animals and different birds also. That association also very dangerous. We can know from Srimad Bhagavatam that Bharat Maharaj, when he left his home and he was practicing devotional service, he got attracted to a small baby of deer, and then he got so much attached that his devotional service got reduced, and at the time of death he remembered the deer and he became the deer. So like that, if we, because animals also, they also attract us. For example, a dog become very faithful and loving relationship, then the person start loving dog more than his son, even daughter, because son and daughter reply him back sometime and they quarrel like that. They don't listen. But dog, yes. Only 2-3 days ago I heard another news, like twins, they took birth and 2 dogs they had, and then when mother was not there, they killed babies actually, totally. These things also happens, accidents. But anyways, if we keep any kinds of animals, it attracts us, and being a human body, we need to serve the higher things. Like first foremost is we should serve Krishna. If we are not serving Krishna, we should serve the demigods. And even if we are not serving demigods, at least some people are serving humans, they will become human being. But if you are serving animal, then you will become the animal, or you will enter in the animal kingdom, because at the time of death, whoever come in our consciousness, we get that body. So if we are attached to the animal, like one lady, she gave whole property to her cat. So then obviously if we in the death we are antakale, if we smaran means Krishna, we are remembering the animal, we will become animal. So now next association is about non-devotee or the demoniac people. Some people are very cruel, very demoniac, and if we associate with them, and some people are very much attached to if he is a man and he is very much attached to women, and he keeps speaking about women's things, and that also a bad association. And women also should not associate with a characterless lady, because she will keep talking on these material things, or association of how to associate with men and women and like that. So these kind of things, and who are intoxicated, who are like he's a drunkard, he's a gambler, or he like that, whoever is associating with the bad things, and if we started associating with him, yeah, like you are in office and you need to talk, that whatever is related to your work, that is okay. You are in a family, you need to talk, but association means taking counseling from him, and taking life counseling about life, how I should live lead my life, and also association, and so much of discussion and like that. So it will affect our mind, pollute our mind, and will not able to concentrate on the spiritual progress. Whoever want to progress in spiritual life, he must associate with only pure devotees. This is 4 kind of association, what is desired by scriptures. Like for example, even your son, if he is associating with the boys who are not studying and just playing and roaming around and like that, you will stop him. Hey, don't associate with those boys who are not studying and they fail in exam. Associate with the toppers who are good in studies, like that. So we should associate only with devotees. And we can see that a moment association of pure devotee change our life. Dear example, Mrigari, he is a hunter. He killed so many animals, but association of Narad Muni changed his life. He became a sadhu. He stopped killing. Association of Narad Muni with Valmiki. Valmiki was also like that. He was a dacoit. Valmiki means his earlier name was Ratnakar, and then Narad Muni preached him, and he became Valmiki, and he wrote Ramayana. Great sadhu he became. Just think about. If Krishna is the hero of Srimad Bhagavatam, then Narad Muni is the side hero. Because in every canto, Narad Muni's contribution is there. He is such a great preacher. He preached so many people and he changed their life. So association matters, and Srila Prabhupada is also telling that he associated with his guru, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, for a short lecture, but that changed his life. He became totally dedicated to Krishna. Earlier also, his family is a Vaishnava family, but he got a specific goal to preach all over world. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur told him, go to Western countries and preach about Lord Krishna. They should also know about Lord Krishna. And then Srila Prabhupada went, and so many hippies who are doing who are actually doing every thing that is considered as sin, like meat eating, intoxication, like drugs. They took LSD, marijuana, like that, and they were doing illicit sex also, and they were gambling, like that, so many. But with the association of Srila Prabhupada, because Srila Prabhupada is a pure devotee, their life changed. So that's why we must associate with devotees only. And because if even Prabhupada is saying that maybe if I would not meet my guru, I would become a very big, very great business magnate, everywhere popular, and that he is the richest person maybe. And there are so many people who are richest like that. But with the debt, maybe you are PhD in education, maybe you are the richest person of the world, maybe you're the most beautiful, the most handsome person, maybe you have so much strength, and so much strength, and you can kick anyone and he can die, like that strength you are having. Maybe you are very famous, some celebrity, doesn't matter. With that, everything will be finished. everything. We cannot take even a single coin from here to there. Once one sadhu went to a very rich person's house, and he is so rich that he had so many goals and everything. Then he offered something to sadhu. Then sadhu said, no, now I'm not taking this now. Bring this thing. In next life you give me this thing. Then that person is asking, how I can bring this to next life? So the sadhu is asking, so this much gold and this much wealth, anything you can take to your next life? He's saying, no, not at all. So if you are not able to take even a single thing to next life, then why you are accumulating so much? You cannot enjoy them even. Why you are not investing your human life serving Lord Krishna and his devotees? That only the thing you can take with you, not this wealth. So whoever understands this, it doesn't mean that okay, now you leave all your wealth and go to forest. It's not possible for Kali Yuga people, especially getting so much of tapasya and austerity. But what Bhagavatam says, Yukta Vairagya, even if you are having wealth, then also you can become a devotee. Then also you can serve. If you are having wealth, serve Krishna and devotee by your wealth. If you are having intelligence, like intelligence means intelligence to convince people, and you have a good communication skill, and practice devotional service and convince people to come in Krishna consciousness and go back to Godhead. If you are having very good some artistic qualities, use that quality. If you are a very good singer, you are, sing for Krishna, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and do welfare for all the souls by singing loudly Hare Krishna Mahamantra in function, in your programs, like that, like George Harrison did. He met Srila Prabhupada and he chanted in his programs Hare Krishna Mahamantra, chants many's life. So like that we can use our whatever is having with us, we should use for the service of Krishna, and that will go with us in next birth. So that's why now Dhritarashtra, he planned now by forceful preaching of Vidura. We can even force a family member, if he loves us or she loves us very much, it's not a very bad thing, because by forcing also, if you are taking someone to Krishna bhakti, then his life will change, and after a few years he will actually thank you. And in our life, everyone's life actually, these things happen. The devotee comes to in our life and force little bit, okay, please chant, please do this, please do that, and our life changed. So forceful instruction of Vidura helped Dhritarashtra. So some son, he can force mother little bit, like, okay ma, you have to chant, you have to cook for Krishna, then only I will eat, and like that. With a loving way we can do that. And that's why it's very important. Srila Prabhupada is saying again and again, one should associate with sadhus only and rejecting other kind of association. An analogy is given in the purport that, like some people, they got attracted by the cloud. Oh, beautiful cloud, but when rains happen, cloud disappear, only eternal sky is there. Similarly, those people who are not very intelligent, they get attracted by the material things. Oh, you are so much educated, you have so much of wealth, so on the basis of that they give respect. Oh, he is very rich person, and he is. But actually these all will disappear like a dream with the death. And if we don't want to go to Yamaloka, we must chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we must serve Lord Krishna and his devotees, and then airplane will come and we go back to Godhead, Golak Vrindavan. And that is desired from a human life, and that is the ultimate goal, to achieve Krishna Prema. So intelligent people focus on spiritual life, less intelligent people focus on the material life, and they actually become poor and poor because they are focusing and they are wasting their human time on these materialistic activities. And those intelligent people who serve Krishna, serve his devotees, and chant Hari Nam, hear Srimad Bhagavatam Katha, go back to Godhead. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.